I have three published books. One is about when the Zagara sank and the problems we faced, including what the ITF did, which was not much. And it is mentioned in my this book, Memories of Another Day. Maybe you will not get the copy. Maybe you will not get the copy.
Hi guys, so today first time I'm going to do a Q&A with Captain Norbert. Hi guys, myself Aman, welcome to my channel Siemens Vlog. If you are new here, please do consider subscribe this channel. I made video on the best of maritime life. Now, today we are going to do Q&A with Captain Norbert. Those who don't know him, Captain Norbert recently joined Instagram and his Insta ID is here, you can see. Now, Captain Norbert is a very old guy. He's sailing from last 42 year and 24 year in command. So many achievement he have done in his life. He have written 3 books also and very good in sketching. So you can see here some of his skills here and all the 3 books here. Also I'm going to put the link. He's very short. These books are I think so available on Amazon. So what are the questions we are going to ask? First we are going to ask his introduction. Then he is going to share his experience. And third, which one hard to handle, crew or vessel? He is also going to share his experience on piracy. So many things he is going to experience. So I am going to put this video on 2 parts. So today I am going to cover the first part. So be patient with me on the first part and let's start with the question first. Hello Captain sir, good evening, and it's my honor to do a Q&A round with you sir. So let's first start with your introduction.
My name is Captain Norbert Rebello. I'm here to share my experience and help people in the marine industry to make informed decisions. I started my sea career in 1980 when I joined Univan as a deck cadet. I was a direct entry deck cadet, and after that I switched companies and went to HMS. From there, HMS used to man a company called IUM, which was taken over by TK, and now I'm presently working with TK.
How did you get started in this line of work?
Well, I was really not interested in joining sea life. I wanted to be a cop since my friends were cops, but I didn't get in, unfortunately. And then I thought of becoming a radio officer because I was very fascinated by the brochure that Shell put out during those days. And during that time they were taking only radio officers. But it was my father who told me, no, it's better you join a career that grows. And he gave me the required push and helped me. And I went around searching for job for a long time till I finally got into Univan.
Third question, what was your first job?
My first job was as a direct entry sea cadet. There was no training in at that time. So I was just taken out straight after I finished my college and put on the ship. So it was very difficult because I knew nothing what was port and what was starboard, or I never knew anything about the ship.
Fourth one, what was your first vessel?
My first vessel was a Freedom class carrier called Baushan. When I joined her, she was already 34 years old. It was a riveted ship which had hatchboards, and those vessels are no longer there anymore.
Fifth one, from how long you are sailing as a captain?
I've been sailing as master for 24 years.
Sixth one, what are the challenges you faced on a daily basis on board?
The challenges faced on a daily basis sometimes are unexpected things that you do not know. Maybe sometimes it's the weather, sometimes it's something that the charterer needs, sometimes it's something to do with crew, and sometimes it's with the vessel itself, if there are any sudden unexpected maintenance jobs to be done.
Seventh question, what is the hardest part, handling a vessel or a crew?
Between handling the crew and handling the vessel, it's easier to handle the vessel because she is more or less predictable. The crew is difficult because they are human, and we should understand that they have many other needs. besides the internet or some personal problem, and sometimes even misunderstandings between the crew. So the vessel is definitely much easier to handle.
Eighth question. Tell me about a time when you are under a lot of stress and what caused it and how did you manage it?
I think from the time a person decides he has to come out to sea, there is stress. And sailing is always a stressful job. It will be stressful till the day you quit. So the main stress I went under was when I was sailing on a ship called the Zagara, and she was owned by the same owners as the Erika. And the Erika sank in the Bay of Biscay, and the owner went bankrupt. There we had no food, there were problems, we couldn't control the crew because we couldn't give them money, or we couldn't sort of even feed them on a daily basis. So all of us were under stress, wondering when this ordeal would get over. And then I have written about it in a book called Memories of a...
Ninth. What do you do for fun on board?
I love writing, reading, sketching, cooking and teaching. So in my spare time, I teach people who are interested in teaching. I write a lot. I edit for others. I sketch and I cook whenever I'm free for all the time.
10th. What are the best part as a captain?
The best part as captain is that you are in command of the ship and you have so much of responsibility, and to fulfill the day-to-day needs of the people who look up to you. So I feel if my people are happy, I have achieved a lot. And another thing is that they should be safe. I stress a lot about safety, and as a captain I think we should teach them how to identify hazards so that the people will be more safe and they will understand what are the dangers lurking on board.
What is your experience when crew get upset and how did you handle it?
Mostly the crew main problem of getting upset is the internet. Sometimes we are in places where there is no signal or we are in a blind sector. The other problem is sometimes maybe food issues. So I calm them and pacify them and tell them we are doing our best, and we really do our best to try to get the signal back on time or improve on the quality of food. And I think once these two things are met, more or less the crew can be kept happy.
What suggestion do you want to give to crew on board so that they can behave well?
I believe in respect. I know we have the hierarchy on ship, but after the work is done, I treat everybody equal. If you respect someone, that person will respect you. And if you treat him nicely, he will always be willing to work extra, work harder, work more diligently and listen to you. So that's the way I keep my crew happy and make sure they are always, on a plane where they can talk to me and come to me at any given time.
13th. What are the difficulties you faced during COVID time on board?
During the times of COVID, in the first place, the paperwork has increased, and many other jobs we have to do so that we are sure that we are safe and the people on ship are safe. The people on ship are safe, and also the people who come on board are safe. So this COVID has increased our jobs because we have to take daily temperatures, we have to monitor so many things, we have to fill in so much extra paperwork and send it ashore. But I realize this is all for the safety of us.
14th. How was your life as a cadet?
My life as a cadet was good in a sense that I got to learn a lot of things. But on the other hand, it was quite miserable because that time there was a lot of ragging and there were many things which don't happen now. We didn't have the internet, nor did we have work rest hours. We were treated basically like cheap labor, like slaves. There were times when we were on deck for maybe 48 hours, it being a general cargo ship with derrick and side jumbos. So there was a lot of work. And sometimes we used to even just take a few minutes of nap on deck. So it was hectic. Life as cadet then was not good.
15th. Can you share some of your best and worst experience on board?
My best experience probably was the writing of my books and making people aware of what life at sea could be. I have written 3 books, two out of which are connected going out to sea. And my best experience is when I help people and I make them happy. My worst experience, of course, has been when I was captain on Zagara and the ship was deserted by the owner. And it was a stressful 14 months in Yugoslavia.
16th. Any message you want to give to young seafarers?
For the young seafarers, my main message is to be patient in these times, because getting a job nowadays is very difficult. To be patient, be persistent, and do not get cheated by people. Most of us feel that's an agent is trying to help us, but in fact he's only trying to help himself. He wants money from you. So you be patient, you study, you work hard, and try to apply to a company that is of a certain standard, and avoid agents. Work hard, and once you get a job, prove yourself so that they feel you are worthy of the job.
17th. Do you enjoy what you do?
Oh yes, I definitely enjoy what I do. When I mentioned about writing, I have 3 published books. One is about when the Zagara sank and the problems we faced, including what the ITF did, which was not much. And it is mentioned in my this book, Memories of Another Day. Maybe you will not get the copy. And I will try to make an ebook of it, so it can be accessible and people will know what exactly to do. The second book of mine is called Pirates Beware. This is based on a true incident on the Somalian piracy, and in that I have weaved a love story to make it more enjoyable. However, most of the life of the sailor can be read in that. What exactly they go through, how the pilots harass, and various aspects of sea life. And my last book is called Whispers of the Heart. All these books were available on Amazon. Whispers of the Heart basically is a coffee table book, hardcover, which is composed of love poems.
So this is all the question for the part 1, and hope so you all like it. And in case if you want to see part 2, so please share this video as much as you can.